Humongous what?
Humongous what? Is that sexual harassment? Is that what you...
That's not how you open a can of pickles. You have to pop it, ladies and gentlemen. You have to pop it.
Hillary Clinton. I will be voting for Hillary Clinton.
We need to build a wall.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Middle Minded Podcast. We want to thank you so much for joining. We want to encourage you guys to engage in the discussion, either in the comments below, in reviews, in any other place. We're going to try to sort of get to your comments in either podcasts or replying them directly, but we do want this to be more of a discussion. We hope you take what we say into consideration in terms of your own views, but also can leave your sort of responses down below. The title of the article we're going to sort of be talking about today, again, more of a simple, not really a whole lot of substance. It's titled Air Force Says Words Like Boy and Girl Could Be Offensive. And this is from Fox News Opinion section.
Yeah, it's Fox News' opinion section. It's written by Todd Staines. It was published on March 9th of 2017.
Basically, a sort of rundown of the article is that a few quotes from it. Quote, an outraged airman sent me a copy of the email as evidence that the military is still infected with Obama-era political correctness. It goes on to say that now, to be fair, there were some legitimate offensive and racially charged words, which I think both of us
I could see that,
sort of agree with, but concluded that lists were boy and girl were offensive. They have a list of 10 words, and we're going to read those first and then sort of get into the discussion, I guess. But
the words that were deemed offensive or potentially offensive, I guess is probably the better term. They are boy, girl, the phrase "you people," colonial. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Blacklist, blackmail, black ball. Sounds Greek to me.
So keep going.
Some of this is above our heads. Blondes have more fun. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
And the blackmail number 6 is black MAIL, like as in like I'm gonna blackmail you.
Yeah, like I'm gonna blackmail.
Not blackmail. Like
yeah.
So right off the bat, I mean, I can understand too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yeah, that seems a bit. I could see how that.
I mean,
would
we know the huge issue with the Washington Redskins being a big deal.
Yeah.
So I can understand that one.
Blondes have more fun. I can kind of get behind. I mean, I think most of the times when it would be used, it would be with like a lighthearted kind of tone.
Yeah, when do people actually use this stuff?
Yeah, you know.
Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Like, who actually uses like these in everyday language?
You know, I mean, this is 2017. I was thinking that maybe it's just like above our age level.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's recent.
I think that like words like blackmail, though, you have to be able to use, especially in the Air Force and military. You know, that's. I don't really think that's something that people throw around just as a general topic. Like usually when that word's used, it's pretty serious.
Yeah, I don't think people are just kind of casually talking about blackmail.
Exactly.
I would kind of understand though, because like I don't know. Maybe the Air Force is having some like cases of blackmail or something like that, and so maybe in the Air Force it's kind of a touchy subject. Yeah. But I mean I don't know. That's just speculation. Again,
I mean I'm a sociology major, and so in one of my classes we did discuss where are words like these derived. For instance, like the word white trash, it's not, you don't say black trash or you don't say Hispanic trash. You say white trash.
Yeah, white trash.
And, it's comparing it, back when that word was created, it was created because, and I could be wrong, those that, know more than me, again, but like it was created in comparison to an African American, it's like even trashier than that. And so back then it had racist background. And so you don't see like when you say blacklist, that's a negative thing. You don't want to be on the blacklist.
Yeah.
In comparison, you do want to be on the whitelist, And so I can understand that.
Well, blacklist may have been like, what they may mean by blacklist here though is like kind of like a terrorist watch list maybe.
Yeah, terrorist blacklist, but it's still just the word.
Yeah, it is just a word, and like my personal idea behind, offensive words and stuff, it's all like who you're using them with and when you're using them, because like if, I was talking with someone earlier, we're talking about what 9/11 jokes, like when is it okay to make a joke about 9/11? And my whole point, I guess, my idea is that, like if you want to joke about, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, that meme going around. If you want to joke,
we're looking
about
at you, Bush.
if you want to joke about that meme, I think that's fine. But if you're with friends, and everyone understands that what's going on, that you're not really trying to disrespect or be disrespectful. But if if it's actually like 9/11 2017, and you're at like a memorial, and you nudge your friend, and you're like, hey, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams,
Not the time nor place.
Yeah, that's not the time or place. So I think the level of offense with some words really comes down a lot to when they're used and
how you're using them,
and how
like
you're using them.
if like this the phrase sounds Greek to me, I definitely think that should be on the list.
I have no idea.
I've never heard anyone say it sounds Greek to me.
Yeah.
But like if you think about the context, how would you even use that? Like, I mean, like, hey, have you ever heard of that pizza place? It's called Theta. Oh, sounds Greek to me.
Yeah.
Like, is that offensive? I don't really think.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's just something that we're just not aware of. If anyone listening knows what it's supposed to be, then please inform us.
Definitely, like words like boy and girl, though. I don't think that's offensive.
Yeah, the main part of this article, boy and girl.
Yeah, that's the headline. That's what they want you to get focused on is boy and girl. And like, I don't really think that, like, first off, if anybody's using the word boy and girl in the Air Force, that is intentionally, in my opinion, being used to demean them, because these are men and women. These are soldiers.
Yeah, once you're at a boot camp, you're a vet.
Exactly. Yeah. And so when they're saying, come on, little boy, like, is that sort of being like you're being a child right now and not...
Yeah, I can see it as demeaning. You go through the very difficult, boot camp, and then people are calling you boy and girl and stuff. But I also have to look at it from, like, a joke standard or a joke point of view, like maybe you're a superior officer or whatever they're called is trying to joke with you, or someone saying like get moving boy or something like that. I could see kind of how it's like a joke.
But but is that offensive? I don't consider that offensive if someone would say that to me.
Yeah, and again, I think it also comes back down to context and who you're with and the time and stuff.
I definitely agree with him. Again, you people, I don't know. I mean, again, context, that's got to be contextually. But like words like blacklist, blackmail, blackball, that, again, I think it really comes down to context. I think the article goes on. Let me just sort of finish what the article sort of says is that apparently the airmen were advised to study this list of words and phrases that may be construed as offensive. If you read further in the article, though, the reporter contacted a spokesperson of the Air Force, and they said that the Air Force has no such list of prohibited terms, and that it was sent out by one individual, simply reminding the airmen to be respectful of others.
Yeah, that...
So this whole entire word, the Air Force uses words like boy and girl as offensive. That's clickbait right there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also relevant to note that, number one, this is only at a particular base, I believe. Yeah, the Lackland Air Force Base. So it all takes place here. I don't think it's like the Air Force wide where this is happening.
Exactly.
And this is also kind of sketchy from what the guy... He says, quote... he's quoting the email or whatever that he got, or however he got through this. And apparently the email said, please be cognizant that such conduct is 100% zero tolerance in or outside of the work climate. And the conduct...
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, well, the conduct it's referring to, the words. And then later on, it's talking about, how it was just kind of it wasn't, zero tolerance. It was just like a reminder. So I and he didn't really put that phrase in context as talking about the zero tolerance rule.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of thinking that could have just been clickbait. Like, he was just trying to say, like, 100% zero tolerance.
No, the reason why it's clickbait is because, we find out at the very end of the article is like, oh, this actually isn't adopted by the Air Force. This was just one person, and I just heard this sort of story through the grapevine. Like, how did he even stumble upon this list, If he then talked to the Air Force guy and be like, oh, yeah, we don't have any kind of list like that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was an outraged airman.
Yeah, one guy.
A copy of the email, yeah. So that's how he got through all this. So then he kind of did his own investigation and found that it was, that apparently it was just kind of a thing. I think he even claims that, he even claims, I think, he says, quote, "This is a case of the Air Force getting caught red-handed trying to advance a politically correct agenda. And now I've got a copy of the evidence. They are attempting to whitewash the situation." So I think Fox News, he's thinking that, they tried to be politically correct and just, messed up for him. And so now they're trying to cover it up. Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't agree with that. I think in terms of political correctness, I think that we went through a wave of heavy political correctness. Yeah. And now we're starting to backpedal like, holy crap. Okay, we're getting a little... you even got like people like South Park. I wanna be PC. Woo woo. And like it's just sort of taking it to the extreme. I think words like boy and girl, that's extreme. I think like too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. That's valid. I mean, when we talk about the word there was one word that we were talking about earlier this year that is apparently...
Isn't it... Wait, was it... Because I saw this other video online on YouTube where this kid was talking... He was on the news and he was talking about how he wanted to get certain words banned at his college. Yeah. I forgot exactly what it was.
No, you're talking about the same exact article, yes.
Yeah, and basically one of the words he wanted to get rid of, among many, was lame.
Yeah, lame. What?
Yeah,
that's so lame, dude. Yeah. First off, who uses the word lame? That's lame. That's lame in itself, dude.
I think the point was that someone in like a wheelchair, with legs screwed up would technically be lame. And I understand that you could, if you're going up to a guy in a wheelchair and like, you're lame, that could be kind of offensive. Yeah. But on the other side, it's like, again, context. Like, if you're just, playing Smash, I have Smash on the mind. If you're playing Super Smash Brothers or something
we're talking about Super Smash Bros. Here.
if you're playing Super Smash Brothers, a video game, and, you mess up, and your friend, that's lame, I don't like that. That's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just,
It's just taking it to the extreme. We're going to talk probably a lot throughout this whole entire series about words in general, because it's probably going to be a common topic.
Yeah, there's going to be more situations where stuff like this keeps coming up. So
I don't know if like the ideology that we're talking about right now is either left or right. I think that in general, I think it's just common sense. I mean, if you're getting offended by, like, the fact of the matter is that English words, the stupid thing about the English language is that words have different meanings, and how we're trying to portray a lot of the words that we want banned, it's like when people use this word, they're only intending it to be used with one meaning in mind. And that's just not the case anymore. Yeah. Words have different connotations, different definitions in general, and that's just sort of how the English language is. And so for you to ban a word, that's like banning, that's like banning a word that is an everyday word, Yeah. A legitimate everyday word, but in the past it used to be used as a mean sort of term.
Yeah, and kind of on the same topic, like, how like 90% of communication is body language, Yeah. I think that affects it too, because even though a word may have like one definition, there's a lot more to communication than just the words you're saying, which again, brings it back to context, where, you know, who you're with when you're using it and everything, because there's a lot to communication than just what is physically, or what is actually said. You know, if the person has an angry face and he says "F you," or sorry, pardon my, says "F you," we'll have to bleep that out or something.
He's the one that told me.
Yeah, I'm the one
He's
in
the one that
like,
told me.
Try not to swear during this. And
He's like, yo, let's try not to swear. I'm like, okay, fine. And he's like, okay.
Oh my god. Well, okay, but yeah, someone has like an angry look on their face and they're like, "F you," you know, man. And that's gonna come across as like the person's trying to be mean, you know? Like if someone comes up to me with a really angry face and yells, you know, "F you," you know, I'm like, oh, is he mad?
My favorite joke with my younger brother, he's an 8th grader. Again, he goes to that Catholic school. Is we were talking about sort of words like that and how really any word could be a bad word, just depends how you say it. Like we were in the car and I was like, What are you, a freaking light post, dude? You're a freaking stop sign? Come on.
Yeah.
Street stop? Come on, dude.
Get really obscure.
Stop acting like a HD monitor right now.
Stop acting
guitar
like a pencil,
strings,
man.
You're just a guitar string at this point.
Like
really,
all you are is just an owl hat.
Exactly.
That's it. Just a
That's
paper,
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you know, I can see how, yeah, a lot of it comes down to tone and, you know, facial expressions. Body.
We're gonna get to a point where everybody just ban the whole English dictionary. Can we just restart? Is there just a reset button we can press?
Everything is communicated with just sounds.
Just sound. Beep boop bop.
What?
We want that band. Beep boop bop. That's not enough. I think that's so. I guess in all, this article was again sort of clickbait. I mean, it's got some truth to it, and this is sort of an opinion article. Todd Starnes, we apologize if we're sort of stepping on your toes if you ever listen. But great, you know, detective work on your part. You probably shot like three or two emails and then threw together a title. We're using it. Yeah. I mean, we're using it, so can't complain. But that's, like I said, just starting off light. We plan on getting a little bit more heavier and more in the future, like on more topics like abortion and stuff. But I feel like we should sort of ease into stuff, you know, not really get too far into it. I feel like the common person can really look at something like this and really make a clear, distinct, that's a little bit too far. Yeah, you know, and of course, everyone's gonna have a different idea on it. This is just kind of our take on it. We'd like to know your take, of course.
Yeah, we'd like to know your take, you know, because you can never think of everything, you know. Two minds are better than one, but 3 minds are better than 2, and so on. Yeah, so definitely, again, like we said at the beginning, join in the conversation any way you can. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know, leave a comment. We're on YouTube. Currently, we're on YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Play, and iTunes. We plan to get into some more. If you guys are on iTunes, please hit the subscribe button, leave a rating. All of those really help us out. And then if you have any constructive criticism, things you don't like, please let us know as well. Because again, we're just 2 college students in our dorm room right now with something to do on a random night. So we're just trying to do something productive. So please give us any advice. We'll be open to it. So thank you so much for watching or listening. We hope you get something to take away, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.